Both players appear well prepared for this Ruy Lopez Murphy defense in French Top 16 Club Championship 2025 a pool round 3, leading to an exciting battle ahead. On e4. On e5. Knight f3. Threatening knight takes e5. Knight c6. Bishop b5. We are now in the Ruy Lopez Murphy defense. On a6. Threatening pawn takes b5. Bishop a4 played by Kobalia. Knight f6. King castled kingside. Kobalia considers playing. Bishop takes c6. Pawn takes c6. Knight takes e5 and increase their advantage significantly. Pawn b5 played by Puranik. Threatening pawn takes a4. Bishop b3 played by Kobalia. Bishop c5. Pawn c3. Pawn d6. Pawn d4. Threatening pawn takes c5. Bishop b6 played by Puranik. Bishop e3. King castled kingside. Knight bd2. Rook b8. Rook e1. Pawn h6. Pawn h3. Rook e8. Rook e2. Pawn a5. Pawn d5. Threatening pawn takes c6. Bishop takes e3 played by Puranik. Rook takes e3. Knight e7. Pawn c4. Kobalia wants to play. Pawn takes b5. Knight g6. Pawn a4. Knight f4. Rook c3 and establish a winning position. Bishop a6 played by Puranik. Pawn c5. Pawn takes c5. Pawn a4. Threatening knight takes e5. Pawn c6 played by Puranik. Pawn takes b5. Bishop takes b5. Knight takes e5. It is novelty move. Pawn takes d5. Pawn takes d5. Knight takes d5. Rook e1. Queen c7. Puranik considers playing. Rook takes e5. Rook takes e5. Queen takes e5 and establish a winning position. Knight df3 played by Kobalia. Kobalia might go for. Bishop takes d5. Knight takes d5. Queen takes d5 and secure a stronghold in the game. Rook bd8 played by Puranik. Puranik considers playing. Pawn c4. Bishop takes c4. Bishop takes c4 and seizes the initiative. Queen c1 played by Kobalia. Rook e7. Bishop c4. Threatening bishop takes b5. Bishop takes c4 played by Puranik. Knight takes c4. Knight e4. Knight fd2. Kobalia intends to play. Rook takes e4. Knight f4. Queen c2 and establish a winning position. Knight g5 played by Puranik. Pawn h4. Threatening pawn takes g5. Knight e6 played by Puranik. Puranik is planning to play. Knight d4. Rook takes e7. Queen takes e7. Queen e1. Queen takes h4 and dominate the board. Knight f3 played by Kobalia. Knight b4. Puranik considers playing knight d3, queen d2. Knight takes e1 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Knight ce5 played by Kobalia. Rook d8. Queen c4. Knight d4. Puranik is looking to play knight bc2. Rook ec1. Knight takes a1. Knight takes d4. Rook takes e5 and dominate the board. Knight takes d4 played by Kobalia. Pawn takes d4. Queen takes c7. Rook takes c7. Knight f3. Rook takes e1 check. Knight takes e1. Rook c5. Rook d1. Rook d5. Knight f3. On d3. On g3. On g5. On takes g5. On takes g5. King g2. King g7. Knight d2. King f6. King f3. Knight c2. Rook h1. Rook e5. Puranik's idea is to play knight e1 check. King g4. King g6. Rook h8. On f5 check. King h3. On g4 check, and increase their advantage significantly. Rook d1 played by Kobalia. King e6. Knight c4. Knight e1 check. King g4. Rook e4 check. On f4. On f5 check. King takes g5. Knight f3 check. King g6. Rook takes c4. Rook takes d3. Knight d4. King g5. Rook b4. Puranik might go for King d5. Rook e3. On a4. Rook a3. Knight c2. Rook d3 check. King e4 and secure a stronghold in the game. On g4 played by Kobalia. On takes g4. King takes g4. King f6. Rook h3. Rook takes b2. Rook h6 check. King f7. Rook d6. Rook g2 check. King h3. Rook g3 check. King h2. Rook d3. Puranik is looking to play knight f3 check. King g3. Rook takes d6 and gain a significant edge. Rook a6 played by Kobalia. Rook a3. King g2. Knight e6. Threatening knight takes f4 check. On f5 played by Kobalia. Knight g7. On f6. Knight e6. King f2. King takes f6. King e2. King e5. King d2. Knight c5. Kobalia saw no escape and decided to resign.